What do we got there?
I have a World War II aerial bomber camera. And this is a picture of what it looks like inside the aircraft, facing down. It's mounted down here.
Well, it wouldn't do it any good if it was facing up, right?
True, very true. Good one. I came to the pawn shop today to sell my World War II aerial bomber camera. I bought this camera at a garage sale. I'd like to sell it for $500. I could use the money more than the camera sitting in the cabinet.
I mean, it is pretty cool. And pretty much what it would be is it'd be kind of mounted into the ground of the plane, and the guy would be looking over there. That'd be kind of his viewer, and he'd be snapping photos.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not a very practical camera to put around your neck and go out into the woods and snap photos of birds with. Was very practical, however, in World War II. As you can imagine, I mean, it probably took a lot of recon photos. Really, really, really helpful stuff. With the recon photos this thing took, we were able to tell the difference between a school and a weapons depot over Germany, and also what our enemies were hiding during the Cold War. Definitely some good intel to have. I mean, it's pretty big film.
It is. It's been exposed over the years. I've had this about 20 years. It's 5 inches wide, and there was 20 feet of film inside.
Makes sense, you know, bigger film, better resolution, bigger pictures. This camera's pretty cool. I think World War II collectors or photography buffs would both love to have it. What were you looking to get out of it?
I'd like $500.
You know, it's got a cool story. It's got some cool history on it. I mean, I would offer you around $200 for it.
I'll do $450. It's the fact that it has film in it. That's extremely rare for this camera.
You kind of have to understand my dilemma here. It's a big, giant decoration. It's not a camera that you would be able to use today. I'll do $250.
You can't find these with the cases very often anymore. How about $375?
I'm gonna stay at $250. I'm not gonna go any higher.
Oh, come on, you can go higher than that. Give me $300 and I'll take it and go.
All right, $300, you got a deal.
Okay, thanks. When he offered me the $200, I thought he was really lowballing me, and he had no idea who he was dealing with.
Happy holidays.
Hey,
What do you got here?
you have an old vintage camera from the USS Wisconsin?
Hey, old man.
Why?
These people got a camera here. They want to do an action film with Santa and his helper.
What kind of camera we got?
We're coming to the pawn shop today to sell this film camera we have. We actually believe that it was from the USS Wisconsin battleship.
We think it might have filmed some pretty cool things back in the day.
So why are you interested in selling it, man? This is a pretty cool camera.
Oh, it's the holiday seasons. We're broke college kids.
Yeah, we're wanting to buy some presents.
Well, I'll tell you what I want.
Where'd you get this thing at?
No, we got it in a yard sale. After we bought it, we saw the medallion from the USS Wisconsin, and we thought it had to be important.
When you start talking about the USS Wisconsin, you're talking about one of the most important battleships in U.S. history. The most famous battleship was the Arizona, but the Wisconsin wasn't far behind it. I spent 20 years in the Navy, and U.S. battleships were an engineering marvel in their day. It took 3,000 people to run one of those things. They had 9 16-inch guns. They had roughly 28 5-inch guns. If it was a piece of armament they could stick on a ship, they stuck it on a battleship. And I'll be honest with you, you have never seen a sight when they light off the 16s like that. Ooh, it's phenomenal. But we could do some research on the serial number, try to track it down when it was manufactured, and see if it correlates with the time frame of the Wisconsin. So look around the shop for 15, 20 minutes. Let us do a little research, okay? Before we make an offer on this camera, we need to know the history of it. If it came off the USS Wisconsin, I would add to the value. Okay, this camera was manufactured in 1950, okay? Wisconsin was recommissioned in 1951, so there is a very good chance that this was a ship's camera off the Wisconsin. That adds a little aviance to it as far as the price. This thing costs $200 to $500 back in about 1950, which you could go buy a new car for that amount of money.
So we figured it's worth quite a bit.
I'm gonna take a shot and I'd be a buyer at about 125. I'm gonna try to get 2.5 out of it. That's the best I can do for you.
Well, we only paid like $20 for it, so that sounds pretty good to me.
If it sounds good to you, tell me write it up. Have a happy holiday.
Chill.
Bah humbug.
I'm a little surprised that we only got $125, but we did only pay $20 for it, so we're happy with it, and we're gonna go buy some Christmas presents.
Made $100.
What we got here?
A 1936 Movicom Zeiss Camera.
Sweet.
And where did you get this?
We do clean outs for different storage facilities, and for his pay for the day, this is what he wanted.
Okay, so how old are you?
14.
You know, they were still using these things when I was 14.
The camera I'm coming in to sell today is a 1936 Zeiss movie camera,
We know very little about this movie camera.
but it's really cool. The appraiser that we went to said that he has never seen one of these. So,
No, he's only seen 2.
sorry.
This is really neat. So you have a Zeiss 16mm camera.
I looked it up some for like 20 minutes and said I can't find nothing on it.
Kodak came out with 16mm early 1920s, and they were hoping that it would be a home movie camera. Okay. The problem was it was really damn expensive. Most people, 99% of people in this country couldn't afford it. But news organizations loved them because you could run around, get a news story, and you could sell it to the newsreels. Anyone who's gone to film school at one point probably used a 16mm camera. It's an incredible pain to load, develop, film, and everything else, but it makes incredible images that you still, to this day, cannot get on video. Why are you selling it?
We do demolition derbies, and I'm just hoping to get enough for me to buy a car.
Okay.
You ever tried it?
No.
It's the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
I mean, what were you looking to get out of it?
At least 800.
You know, you got a really interesting camera here. Everything's in great shape. Looks like it was barely used. But the problem is they just don't go for that much money because there's so many of them out there. I mean, you know, once the video came out, all these things threw on a shelf.
Well, we went to an appraiser for it, and he said he has only seen 2. And he said the first one he saw looked like it had got hit by a truck, and it was $250.
Okay, well, see, this is one of the things about this world, okay? People can ask for money all day long. It's whether they get it or not. And I'll give you $100 for it.
Nah, we better do a little better than that.
I think $100. It's really insulting. Bottom dollar would be $400.
No. Unfortunately, it's not here. No one uses these anymore. I am being a nice guy offering $100 because they will sit around for a very long time.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that.
Okay? Well, thanks for coming in, though, man.
I'm gonna take the camera home and probably put it on a shelf and wait 20 years.
Not a big deal. He'll hustle something else.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
What do we got here?
This is a Voigtlander Bessa rangefinder camera. All mechanical, just real solid camera.
Voigtlander, in the mid or early 1800s, they started making cameras. And believe it or not, they were the first company out there to make a camera where you could take an actual photo of somebody. And mind you, they had to put your head on like a stick, and that's pretty much why people never smiled in old photos, is because they were there for 15 minutes to get a photo.
Exactly. I'm at the pawn shop today to try and sell my Voigtlander Bessa R2S camera. I got the camera at an estate sale in Phoenix, Arizona. So when I saw it, I just knew I had to have it. I'm hoping to get $1,500 for it. I've done some research on recent sales, and that seems to be a fair price for it.
This is interesting. Voigtlander, they were really innovative. Voigtlander was the first to introduce an electronic flash, and then the first company with a 35mm zoom lens.
Wow, I had no idea.
Unfortunately, Japan just got really good at this stuff. You know, they just built them faster and cheaper than anybody else could, and Voigtlander just couldn't keep up. And in the 70s, they pretty much, you know, they just went straight out of business. I mean, they are really cool, and people do use these things still.
Absolutely, I do too.
So what are you looking to do with it?
Just looking to see what I can get for it today.
All right, any idea on how much you're looking to get?
I'm looking for about $1,500.
Okay, do you mind if I take a look at it?
No, absolutely.
So is this complete?
Originally, this special set came with a different lens.
Okay, but you don't have the original lens with it?
I don't, no. If I did, it'd be worth a lot more.
You got me kind of squeezed into a small market of somebody I could sell this to. I just think that most people who really use cameras for a profession would actually like a digital camera. I'm thinking around the $600 range.
I can't go that low. I got way more into it than that.
All right, well, give me an idea.
$1,200 would be my bottom.
Can you make your bottom 1,000?
I'm afraid I can't. It's a little too low.
Well, I appreciate you coming in, man. My price will stay the same. Come back if you can.
Okay, will do. Thank you. You know, I'm a little bummed that I didn't make a deal. However, it's such a beautiful camera, it's not gonna kill me to hang on to it for a while longer.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how about you?
Doing all right. What do we got here?
It is, to my knowledge, a 1958 SARKES TARZIAN studio camera.
A what?
SARKES TARZIAN studio camera.
Okay, I thought you said that.
I'm at the pawn shop today looking to sell a 1958 SARKES TARZIAN studio camera. I wasn't able to find all too much information on the camera besides for I believe it's from 1958. I came across this item at an auction house about 6 months ago. It piqued my interest. I tried to pull it up on the internet and couldn't really find much details on it, which typically means it might be a rare item. I'm hoping to get $500 for my 1958 studio camera.
I mean, well, you got me, man. I've never seen one before. I mean, it's definitely cool. So it's a SARKES TARZIAN camera. I believe he was an inventor of broadcasting equipment, and it definitely looks like a studio camera. I mean, everything was pretty much filmed live with these kind of cameras. You know, this is what they used to film the Ed Sullivan Show. Pretty much all TV before it was taped. So do you know if it works at all, or?
You know, I don't. It appears to be a power source off the back, but it never came with a cord or anything.
Okay, so what I'm assuming this is right here, this would be for different lenses that you would have.
Yep.
You'd probably go back here and twist this. Yes, and that would switch from like your wide angle lens to your telephoto. They said you had your lights, they knew which camera to look into, and you have your different, you know, contrast knob here and your brightness knob. And how much does this thing weigh?
I think it's about 60 pounds. It's a pretty beefy unit.
Okay. So what are you looking to do with it, man?
I was looking to sell it.
All right, what are you looking to get out of it?
I was hoping for $500.
Okay, man, I'm just gonna be upfront with you. I'm just gonna pass. It's big, it's bulky, we don't know if it works, and I really don't think I'd be able to sell it. I think it'd be sitting on the shelf for the next 10 years. If you want a suggestion, maybe try some of the prop houses or something like that, but I just don't see being able to do anything with it. You get anything else going down, okay?
Appreciate it, thank you. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make a deal today, but I guess I'll get my workout in by taking this 60-pound camera out of here.